this. Dun dun dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, it is just Curtis.
It is just Curtis.
Oh, now it is more than just Curtis.
Yes. Okay, so those Packers kind of stunk it up. Well,
we
the defense
talk
were
about last week since we didn't strum. We beat the Cardinals
Yeah.
Oh,
in a
right,
24-21 victory. Thank you, AJ Green.
And I think all of us bet against the Packers.
I was for the Packers. I said it was going to be a close game.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a close game.
And it was.
It was a good close game.
Yes, it was.
And
that weekend, the Jets beat the Bengals 34-31. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Mm-hmm. With QB Mike White.
Ah, right. Who you were petitioning for or something.
In my Overreaction Monday, yes.
I
Yes.
forgot to watch that video.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. You need to watch it.
And maybe before I go to sleep tonight, I'll watch.
But yes, moving before we get to the Packers, this weekend was a thing. Did you pay attention to any of the other games?
Nope. I had New England was playing somebody, and
Panthers.
I had that on for like half a quarter, and then we turned it off.
I think that was the Panthers. Does that sound right?
Yes, I think that
Okay.
does. Okay,
Patriots.
so what happened?
So you know the Buffalo Bills. They've been doing well this year, right?
Sure.
They played the Jaguars from
And did the
Jacksonville.
And did Jacksonville beat them?
Yes.
Ah.
9-6.
It's a kicker's
Ah.
It was a kicker's game. Jaguars technically missed one kick, but got to try that kick 3 times and missed all 3 times.
Nice.
They kicked it. There was a flag. They had to back it up. He kicked it again. There was another flag. Moved it back up. Kicked it again.
Is it
And missed
Is it
all 3 times.
Is it better
Nice.
to watch 3 consecutive field goal attempts, or is it better to watch a quadruple doink and miss?
The quadruple doink.
Ooh, the quadruple doink. Yikes.
Curtis, have I shown you the quadruple doink?
It's impressive.
It is very impressive. It was
I don't
this.
think I've ever seen it.
You can look it up on YouTube. Yes, it was a college game. Just look up quadruple doink field goal. Hits
Nice.
both uprights and the crossbar twice, bounces out.
Wow. Ryan, do you have your headset on?
Yeah, mine's on.
Oh, okay.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Oh, we haven't had Ryan's audio. Oh well.
Well, I was seeing kind of muffled levels, so I thought that was
Okay.
looking a little strange.
How's that?
Ah, much better.
Well, we missed some of Ryan's audio. Oh well. But
I think it picked him up a little bit, but
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
But yes, so Jacksonville beat the Bills. The Broncos absolutely smacked the Cowboys in a definitive 30-16 win.
I did
Those
watch.
16 points for the Cowboys both came in garbage time in the fourth quarter.
Ah.
It was 30-0.
I watched part of that game on my flight back. That was like I was losing interest to it because I was like, wow, the Cowboys suck. I don't want to watch
Mike
this.
McCarthy has once again been exposed for being a mediocre play caller, being bailed out by
Hey.
top-tier talent.
Hey,
Hmm.
yikes.
Interesting.
There was a bunch of other stuff. The Falcons didn't choke to the Saints. Won 27-24.
Hmm.
Oh, the battle for Ohio.
The battle for Ohio. Yes, the Bengals decided to Bengal it.
Yep.
They looked atrocious against the Browns.
Nice.
Go Browns. I'll always root for the Browns.
The Vikings,
Even when they lose, I'll root for them to lose an 0-16 season.
The Vikings managed to Viking their way out of a victory. They were up 24-10
Okay.
against the Ravens. Ravens had 21 unanswered points. They go into OT 31-31, the end of the fourth. And of course, the Vikings get an interception, but then are stopped. Baltimore gets the ball back, kicks it, wins.
Wow.
34-31. And of course, there was the titular Steelers-Bears game in which the Bears had to fight against the refs and lost.
Wow.
I mean, I keep seeing videos coming up in my feed
Oh
for
my
like
God.
all of the
All
every
of the
call
flags.
in the Steelers-Bears
Over
games.
100 yards just to penalties
Wow.
against them. It was the most insane thing.
Man.
Well,
And then, of
that's
course,
fun.
there was the Green Bay Packers-Chiefs game, in which the Chiefs really wanted us to win, but Jordan Love was a rookie quarterback and hasn't played any other game, so
Yep.
that didn't
He
go
was kind of finding a little bit of a rhythm.
well. In the fourth,
Yeah.
yeah, just took
But-
him most of the game to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's his first start. And
Yeah.
in Overreaction Monday, I was like, let's trade him for Mike White. Mike White got injured early in the first quarter when they were playing the Colts. The Jets lost, but he will be starting this weekend. So
Hmm.
I'm excited to watch a Jets game. Words no one has ever said before. Well, not since Brett Favre was there.
Hey.
Eek.
Eek.
I don't know if you've seen, but Mark Sanchez, the old
Mike White, the goat.
quarterback for the Jets, is now on.
He's on ESPN, isn't he?
I think he's on the Fox crew, like the
Oh.
pregame crew.
All right.
I didn't know that.
I think he was, on the Thursday night game.
Hmm.
I don't know.
How often do they bring up the butt fumble
But
when he's?
I don't think they brought it up, but I wasn't really paying attention.
At some point there, I remember Mark Sanchez. He had some. There was some video I saw where he was trying to like talk about how he was one of the last classes that came through the NFL where it's like you started your rookie quarterback right away because or no, he was one of the last classes where you didn't start your rookie quarterback right away. You would take your rookie and bench him and make him learn. But now we're in this weird age where it's like all these teams, they'll take a rookie quarterback and just throw him right in.
In Jacksonville's defense, they don't have a lot going for them either way, so they might as well just give him some experience.
Yeah.
He was the #1 draft pick.
Oh, that's the dude with the hair?
Yeah,
Trevor Lawrence.
yeah, the guy
Yes.
from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Right.
He's looked good. He's just on the Jags.
Yeah.
That poor soul.
One day they'll make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And it'll be
2042.
We'll have a Jaguars, Detroit Lions Super Bowl. Ah.
Curtis, have you not realized that the Lions are cursed?
I mean, there is evidence maybe to support such a theory.
They're cursed. They got smacked by the Eagles 44-6.
Oof.
Not this
Yeah.
weekend, but the last one, the one before. They had a bye this week. They got to join the NFC North. L's in spirit. We all lost. Their L was in spirit. They would have lost. We all know it.
Yikes.
This weekend they play the Steelers. I expect the Steelers defense to destroy them. I expected them to destroy the Bears too, and that happened for about half the game, and then the Bears' offensive line kind of woke up. Like I said, the Bears were doing good in the second half. They just had to defeat the refs, which they almost did.
So close.
They lost 29-27
Wow.
to Ben Roethlisberger.
Big Ben, still at it.
He had a couple of good throws early on, and then because he's so old, his arm strength just fails him right after that. He's making a bunch of really quick, short throws that barely connect.
Is it because of that, or is it because Antonio Brown is gone?
I think it's because he's old.
Oh.
I don't think Brown would do much for them at this point.
I don't know. He's doing okay with the Buccaneers.
It's Tom Brady, the luckiest SOB alive.
Yeah. Did you see the new Tom Brady commercial for it's like a car rental thing where
Yes.
he's like sitting in the chair, he's getting recharged because they're like
Yep.
these Tesla cars
Yep.
by him.
I did
He
see
comes
that.
by once a week to get recharged.
Yep.
He's not a machine, he just steals the life force from other younger quarterbacks. And he steals their luck, which is why Eli Manning was able to defeat him in the Super Bowl, because Eli Manning has bad luck. So he took that bad luck upon himself, and Eli Manning was suddenly an average Joe. He wasn't being destroyed by his own bad luck, and he could win a game.
It's interesting.
That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it.
Eli Manning has that commercial for it's like Frank's Red Hots or something right
Okay.
now. Man, just watch. I'm sorry. He has his face is just it's such a punchable looking face. No disrespect to him, because he's not a bad commentator when he's with his brother. They have a fun time. I like watching.
It's a very enjoyable experience, Monday Night Mannings.
But just looking at him and how he just I don't know.
Ryan wants to punch Eli Manning.
It's
Now we know.
I mean, I don't really want to. It's just it seems like the appropriate thing to do.
Okay. Looking ahead, we've got Aaron Rodgers should be back for the Seahawks game, and I have full confidence that with him back, we'll be fine. Also, Bakhtiari was practicing today,
Hey.
Oh.
because if they didn't activate him today, then he couldn't be activated for the rest of the year.
That's good news.
So what would this mean? Which backup offensive lineman now has to go back on the bench?
Who knows?
Because they're
all doing well.
Yeah.
With the exception of the Chiefs game, in which Jordan Love got demolished. Well, he only got sacked once, but he was getting pressured a lot.
He's probably just a bit jittery,
That too.
unstable in the pocket.
Also, our special teams wasn't doing him any favors.
Yeah.
Yakers. But
Yeah,
oh, go.
I was just gonna say. I missed most of the game, so
Oh, okay.
oh well.
You didn't miss much.
You're right.
Though our
exactly.
defense did look phenomenal against what is arguably the worst Chiefs offense in many years.
Hmm.
So they should look phenomenal. That's a good sign. Especially considering we don't have one of those Smiths, the linebacker Smith. No Gerard
Yeah.
Alexander. Eric Stokes hurt his shoulder in warm-ups for the game.
Hmm.
So we had King and Douglas out there, along with safety and safety. Who are these people? No one knows.
They did release Jalen Smith, though, right?
Yes.
I see that.
We've got a whole whopping 4-point-some million of cap space still available to us that apparently OBJ wants to take.
I mean, are they going to do that, or are they just going to push that more towards Devontae Adams, being like, here's some more money we freed up?
That would be
No.
probably silly.
Well, if the rumors about him wanting to come to Green Bay are to be believed, he would have to take a vet's minimum. Like, we have no money to give him. Now, maybe that's what he decides to do. Who knows? Who knows? Not I.
Are all of the wide receivers coming back, or should
No.
they all be back? No.
The only one still on contract after this year is Amari Rogers, who
No,
muffed the punt.
I remember somewhere on injured reserve for a while. Adam Lazard wasn't playing.
No, they're all back for this
Okay.
weekend. I thought you were talking about after this year.
Oh.
After this year, we have no one on contract, and that's why we're going to have serious cap issues next year.
It's time for the cut and run.
Yeah, basically. It's a shame
Deva-
because Randall Cobb's probably going to get cut, and he's actually been producing this year.
Mm-hmm.
Devontae Adams is going to go to Dallas with Mike McCarthy.
Oh, lords.
Mason Crosby's going to go to the Vikings, like every Green Bay kicker.
Who knows? Maybe he'll break the expectations. Maybe he'll just retire.
Aaron Rodgers will go to the Jets.
Oh, no.
That's
It's
a
going to happen.
that's a sad
again.
sounding
Yeah.
situation.
Aaron Rodgers has said on the Pat McAfee show, it's not about the money. He wanted to be included in the conversation. And also, according to the Pat McAfee show, communication has been great.
Interesting.
So, there's a chance that we hold on to Aaron Rodgers. And I will hold on to that chance with all my might. Because otherwise, we're another NFC North team. Yikers. Look at the bright side. We're not Lions fans.
Hey. I like it that you say this right as the backdrop behind Curtis turned blue.
Perfect timing. Looking at the Lions' schedule, there is a legitimate chance they go 0-17.
Oof.
Who do they... I kind of want to see their schedule then.
They play the Steelers this week. I don't remember. They play us week 17, or week 18, technically.
Week 18. Wow.
They play the Green Bay Packers. You know what would be funny? We bring back Mac Flynn for that last game.
That'd be nice.
Flynn for the win.
Flynn for the win.
Flynn's sanity for one more.
Probably be fun.
It would be hilarious. That's Matt Flynn music. Out he comes strolling.
I mean, like, he's just completely retired now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if they'd
Oh,
if he'd
no.
want to come out of retirement at this point.
Well, it was funny because everyone was like, oh God, we need some kind of backup quarterback. We wound up with Blake Bortles, that guy who's apparently still around in the league. But Matt Flynn had like a tweet out. Said, my mind thinking about returning for Packers. I'm ready. My body, after I get it once, is covered in a body cast.
Oh, no. No, Matt Flynn.
Yikes.
So he wouldn't do it, but it would be hilarious if that happened. Because as we all know, Matt Flynn is tied for Aaron Rodgers for the most touchdowns in a single game.
Yeah.
At 6.
Yeah.
Right.
Doesn't Matt Flynn still technically hold the Packer record for the most yards, the most passing yards in a game?
It's possible. I don't know all the stats offhand, but
Yeah, because he and Matt Stafford, they were like putting up insane numbers in a game.
Well, it was 45-42, I think that game ended. The Flynn sanity.
Yeah.
Flynnsanity.
Aaron Rodgers is on the sideline being like, I could have done this today. Instead it was Matt.
Instead it was Matt Flynn. And at that point, he held the record for most touchdowns until the Chicago game. Next year, a couple of years later, where Aaron Rodgers threw up 6 in the first half. Then I think he stopped playing or something. Or we started handing it off a lot. Either way.
So looking at the Detroit schedule, so it's next week, or this week, Steelers. Then it's the Browns.
Yep.
Then it's Chicago, so who knows there. Then it's Minnesota. I don't know. Denver. Cardinals. Atlanta. I don't know how good they are this year.
Not great, but they
Falcons.
managed not to choke against the Saints.
Okay.
who have beaten the Buccaneers. Then again, the Saints in the regular season tend to beat the Bucks. No one quite understands how or why, but it happens.
Then they play Seattle, and then the last game is Green Bay.
I will point out that the Lions lost to the Vikings, their first matchup, on a game-ending field goal that the Vikings made. The Lions are cursed. It's the only time I've ever seen the Vikings actually make a game-ending field goal. And it was against the Lions. The very next week, the Vikings missed a game-ending field goal. The Lions are cursed.
Ah, my.
Very sad.
It is so very, very sad.
Maybe they can petition to just take next season off in like trade for like 4 first round picks or something.
Well, what team has all the first-round picks? There's one team that has like a ridiculous amount of picks, and then there's, I think the Rams aren't gonna have a first-round pick until 2024.
Oh wow.
They've like traded all their first-round picks away for this season to get Matt Stafford an actual team,
Right. Yep.
so that they can make a legitimate run.
Plus
Which,
they've got Aaron Donald.
yeah, and they just picked up what's his name from the Broncos, Von Miller.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
I heard about that one.
Yeah, and then the Broncos went and demolished the Cowboys. I just don't understand it. That team has not looked good, and then suddenly they just break them.
Who's a quarterback right now for the Broncos? Is it?
Teddy Bridgewater.
It is Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah.
Okay. Because last season it was all over the place.
Right.
And then they had a wide receiver who hadn't played quarterback since like college.
Right.
Sounds about right.
So nice to see Teddy is back.
Once again, someone I didn't realize was still in the league. Here's hoping Mike White finds success in the New York Jets.
I don't know if you saw, but Sam Helfrich said Mike White the GOAT.
Yes, I did.
Oh.
He is, in fact, the GOAT. No, like, Mike White has been basically just like a backup quarterback for 4 years or something. And then he gets a start and he just throws up 34 points against the Bengals. And he was looking good in that first 3 drives or whatever in the Colts game, and then he got injured. And I was like, dang it. And after the Bills' performance against the Jaguars, the Jets might have a chance? It's a strange thought to have.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Patriots are going to wind up winning that division again. Damn it.
You think they will?
The Bills have not looked... They've looked very shaky on offense the last couple of weeks. Their defense is still doing pretty good, but their offense has looked very shaky.
It's interesting.
So Dune is a movie.
That's true. So did either of you see it in theaters, or
No.
did you just watch on HBO?
I watched
Just
it on
HBO.
I'm considering going to watch it in theaters now that I've seen it on HBO. It was a really good movie.
Is that rain or wind?
Wind, yes, wind.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to watch some or read some articles about all the backstory. There's a lot.
There's a lot of material in there. I still haven't finished the book. It's
I just bought the audiobook.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's that audiobook is like it's big. It's
Cool.
it's a long book. It's a lot of
Cool.
There's
So-
a whole backstory behind how these people used to have artificial intelligence,
Right.
and then it took over and it was gonna cause a bunch of problems, so they got rid of it. So that's why their technology is like it's futuristic but kind of outdated. And
Right.
yeah, it's
Okay.
interesting.
I thought it was. Is the idea that personal shields make projectile weapons pointless?
Could be.
Because
not
otherwise,
entirely
why
sure.
are they using swords? And if that is the point, they didn't make that clear.
That's true.
I don't know.
Okay. Also, apparently, we're still talking about the NFL.
Oh, right. I can turn that off. There. Back to normal.
I'm pretty sure that's like the implied point of that.
Yeah, they don't have any shooter-up weapons?
Well, Paul's got a gun at the very end, but that's like the only thing we really see. Everyone else has swords.
Didn't they have bows and arrows?
Maybe.
I don't remember.
They've got lasers to cut through stuff, but that doesn't seem to be intended as a weapon.
Yeah, and it was an interesting take on sci-fi lasers, because, they, like, just kept going.
Yeah.
They go through the door and then through the rock,
Mm-hmm.
which is a more realistic take on a laser,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say. Probably.
Dune is a long movie. 2.5 hours. It
Yeah.
is good. I liked it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of exposition. Some of it is gratuitous. Some
Yeah.
of it is more natural. There were a couple of scenes where people were basically just saying stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is to explain things.
Yep.
Right. Or
Oscar Isaac got to act outside of his one character note known as Poe Dameron.
Right.
That was fun.
Yeah. He wasn't bad.
It's like, oh, he's got emotion and range.
Right.
Like
and,
Sylvester Stallone.
And cyanide breath or something.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever the heck
Cyanide
that was.
breath tooth. Poison
Yes.
tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, poison breath tooth.
I thought it was funny that Bootstraps, he was just like floating up on the ceiling.
To escape the poison.
Mm.
Dude, he started talking, and I was like, I've heard this guy. Where have I heard this guy? And it was legitimately me just like sitting there for 10 minutes trying to figure out where I'd heard him. That's Bootstrap Bill!
Yeah.
Yeah, while we were watching it, I heard him talking, and we were all asking, like, who is that? And I was like, Bootstraps.
Bootstraps.
I don't know if you guys saw, but the HBO Max does have some behind-the-scenes featurettes on there,
Oh, cool.
and they interviewed him about the suit and all the makeup and all that stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Good
was hoping-
CGI. Oh,
Oh yeah, good CGI for sure.
Very good CGI.
you were hoping?
Oh, I was hoping they'd maybe have an audio commentary, but I don't think HBO Max does that.
Not
so
really.
Yeah.
Have to just wait for a DVD or something.
Mm-hmm.
If they do an audio commentary.
Probably will.
Imagine. Lord of the Rings managed it.
They managed like 12.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he'll probably make another one in 10 years.
I was thinking 5 years
Well, there we go.
for the 25th anniversary of Fellowship.
Do-do-do-do.
Or maybe he'd do it for the 25th anniversary of Return of the King. So
I mean-
28.
I think that's probably what he'll do, because he's probably going to film a few more scenes to add into the movie.
Sean, you need to come back for one more scene, Sean.
It's been 20 years.
I know, but this scene is pivotal to conveying the emotion and the trauma that Faramir went through.
Well, you're buying my plane ticket out to New Zealand. Yeah.
Can get Andy Serkis back in the Moko suit.
Oh God, he'll need even more knee pads than the Hobbit.
Oh man.
Maybe they'll refilm all the Gollum things and update the effects.
Oh.
I thought the Gollum effects held up the best out of all the effects.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They are pretty good.
Yeah. Especially in 4K.
Compared with the Dune effects, though.
Well, Curtis, it's been 20 years.
All right.
I would hope that the Dune effects are, in fact, better.
So Lord of the Rings have any scenes that are in, like, deserts at all? I don't think they do.
Not really.
They're never, like, walking through sand, you know?
Outside the Black Gate is deserty, kind
Yeah,
of.
a little bit, yeah. But it's never, like, sun beating down on you, that kind of thing.
Must not be any beaches in Middle Earth.
We don't go to beaches in Middle-earth. I don't think that they don't exist. We just never get close to the coast. Except for the end of Return of the King, in which case we're at a port in the Shire. Well, whatever.
Isn't that
Somewhere.
Just
Arnor,
outside of the Shire, yeah.
technically?
Yeah.
So do we know, is there just going to be a part 2 of Dune, or are they going for a trilogy? Do we know yet?
I mean, it's...
Part 2 will cover the rest of Book 1. Dune is multiple books, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So part 2
There's
will
like-
be the other half of Book 1, now that they've gratuitously explained
Yeah.
the world, the universe, and what's going on.
Because there were... It's either 6 or 7 original
remember.
books by Frank Herbert. And then his son and one of the guys that helped with a lot of Star Wars
Okay.
books. Like they...
You realize how little that narrows it down.
Yeah, sorry.
You know how many Dune books there actually are?
Oof, too many.
21.
Yikes.
That's a lot of movies.
Yeah.
42 movies!
Wow.
That'd be impressive.
Imagine if the Lord of the Rings had had access to the volume to film things.
They had access to New Zealand. I'd argue that's better.
Oh, that's a good point.
What a shame that the Amazon series is not going to be filmed in New Zealand. Bastards.
Yeah, so Dune.
Dune.
Lots of things happen.
Lots.
Josh
things.
Brolin, Thanos, has a kind of a minor role.
For a little bit.
Yeah. Did his character die? Did we see him die? Or was he just going
they
off
never-
and fighting into the big exploding
Yeah, I don't think they
ships?
showed him die.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
he
feel
could-
like you know that he's dead or not, the character.
Yeah, I think it was implied that he was probably dead, but
Right.
you never know.
Ryan's got his squinty eyes on. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Ryan's probably read more. He may know more.
Ryan. Is Ellen Ty a Cylon? Okay.
Ellen Ty? A Cylon?
That answers my question.
Jason Momoa?
Jason Momoa got to play Jason Momoa,
Yep.
being Jason Momoa,
Pretty much.
just like every other role he's had.
Yes,
He's very good at playing Jason Momoa.
He is really good at playing Jason Momoa. Imagine that.
he made first contact with the
Fremen.
underground dweller people.
Fremen.
The Fremen.
Fremen. That's it.
Yeah,
I don't
those
know.
people.
When I read the book, I just read it as free men.
Fremen.
Fremen. But I was like, okay.
This planet, the planet, the desert planet.
Arrakis.
Arrakis. I wanted to say Atreides, and I was like, that's the house.
That's the house. That's their family.
Yep. I knew it was wrong. That's why I didn't say it. Arrakis is the only place to get the spice which they need for interstellar travel.
Right.
And getting really high.
Yeah, that too.
So, the kid,
Yes. Paul.
he's having visions and stuff, right?
Yes.
That's essentially what's going on.
Because his mother was one of the witch people.
Yep.
Right, the witch people. So he's got,
Witch powers.
yeah, which is intriguing. And so he can control others' minds or
He
something.
can command people with
Or
the voice.
Command people with the voice, right? Which is a weird voice.
It's kind of a scary voice.
Scary voice, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And he is set up to have some kind of destiny, right? That's kind of what they keep
Mhm.
implying, like
Right.
things are going to happen.
Yes.
He is the chosen one.
Yes. He
Sees
is.
visions of his destiny.
He is Neo.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yes.
Let's see, what else?
Big worms.
Yes,
Eat
big
things.
worms. Right. But as they set up early on in the movie, you use the strange, unpredictable dancey walk,
The Dancy Walk, yes.
and then you can not be eaten.
Yes. Because space worms like rhythm.
Right. No rhythm.
to
in
imitate the rhythm of the desert.
Yes.
yes, right.
They
yeah.
should have done this in Tremors.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Curtis, you remember the Tremors?
I don't think I've ever seen the whole thing,
Oh
but
my
I've
gosh.
seen
What a movie.
bits and pieces.
Watched it multiple times.
Yes, I have.
Kevin Bacon is
Kevin Bacon.
times.
excellent.
Curtis,
I
I own that movie on DVD somewhere.
Oh,
It's Tremors.
yeah.
And Reba
It's got
McEntire.
Reba in it. She's a gun-toting
I don't know.
survivalist.
Yeah,
prepper.
she's there.
Interesting.
Yeah, end of world Holocaust survivalist or something.
Basically.
Well,
But yes, big giant worms eat things. Eat things, eat people, eat whatever. We find out that House Atreides was sent to take over the operation in order to get them killed.
Yeah.
yes.
The
it was
Emperor saw them
trap.
as a threat.
Yes.
Wasn't quite sure why the Emperor set them up. It was the threat thing.
Well, I'm assuming at some point here we're gonna meet the Emperor. I don't. Do they? Are they gonna do that in part 2, or is that
What?
10 books down the line?
I would suppose, being a movie series, that they would tease him in part 2. Not that he would be an actual participant on the actions of whatever the planet's name is. I keep forgetting.
Arrakis.
Arrakis.
Arachnia.
Yes.
I remembered Harkonnen.
Yeah.
Just 800 names of things to remember.
And there are even more. Just keep that in mind.
Oh boy. Can't wait.
What's the name of the actor? David. What's his face?
Huh?
David.
The buff guy.
Oh, Drax?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's in there too.
He's in there.
Yeah, he's very
Dave
angry.
Bautista.
Dave Bautista.
Yeah, Dave Bautista. He plays a very angry character.
Yes.
Once again, playing the note of Dave Bautista.
Yes, right.
Typecast, but I guess it works in this case.
Yep. Hmm.
House Atreides backstabbed the Harkonnen hired soldiers.
Yeah.
Are they
Mercenaries.
mercenaries?
Yeah.
That's what I thought was going on. But there was also like painting blood on people's foreheads for the mercenaries, which I was kind of confused by. But
There are weird religious cults.
okay, sounds fun.
It's kind of all over the place.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
So they went, killed Atreides, took over the planet. Paul escaped with his mother and Jason Momoa. Well, they escaped, and then Jason Momoa found them.
Right.
And there was
Wow.
also the eyes of the Emperor person, essentially, who was ordered not to interfere, but was interfering, and that's why she gets killed.
Hmm.
Jason Momoa also dies. It's very sad. Paul and his mother get away. Have to dance walk through the desert.
Well, first they take the dragonfly machine and just let
Oh,
the
right.
storm take them.
The storm take. Well, he was having his visions.
Right.
Visions tell him stuff.
Yep.
Oh, how does Paul get out of this situation? Yeah, he's got a vision. It'll tell him.
Right.
Solid.
Yeah. And then they're doing their walk, and then they get discovered by the...
Sandworm. Or they get
right,
discovered and then the
yeah.
worm shows up. Something happens.
Yeah, the worm's chasing after them.
Then the Thumper draws them away.
Yes.
Oh, yes, Thumper. Right.
Thumper.
And we meet Mr. Elba. I don't know what his character's name is.
Right.
Eyeballs, elbows.
Yeah. And we're reintroduced to what's his name, the Fremen leader from earlier in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He spat on their table, but that was a sign of
Right.
Respect.
Sign of respect.
Yes.
Yes.
shared your bodily fluid with us. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
And finally see what's her face, Mary Jane.
It's Michelle Jones or something, actually, standing for MJ, because they didn't want to piss people off too much by not having Mary Jane be a redhead.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a whole thing that happened back when that Spider-Man movie came out.
Ah. Can't wait for the new one. We're like a month away.
Ooh.
And we're like a week away from Ghostbusters.
Ooh.
So much great
so much
new
great
content.
stuff.
Hopefully it'll be good, I should say.
And we're like a month and a little bit away from Matrix 4 and a month and a half away from the Book of Boba.
Cool
Right.
fight scenes.
Make up. What I really missed is the Polynesian spa.
Oh my.
Yes, Tim. Tell me more. They should get Tamara Morrison in one of these Dune movies. He'd be perfect.
He'd fit in.
I know.
What if there's a one-off episode where we find out that Max, the blue elephant,
Max
actually
Rebo?
survived? Yeah.
Oh, Max
He's alive.
Rebo.
Max Rebo.
But maybe he lost like a hand, so he can only play one part of the keyboard now.
No, it's okay. He can get a robot hand.
That's true. God, Max Rebo. Oh no.
They poor ILM guys or whoever have to remake the prosthetic suit.
No. Just go to George Lucas's his warehouse. There's got to be one there
Oh
somewhere.
yeah, just hanging out.
Just hanging around.
Speaking of such things, well, there are some practical effects in Dune, but it's a lot of CG. Suppose it's hard to, make
get
a
giant
real
space worms
yeah.
or spaceships or dragonfly ships or personal shields.
Yep. Hmm.
So we condensed a 2.5-hour movie into about 40 minutes.
Yeah. And yeah, the only thing that I wasn't huge on was kind of like the ending. It's
Just kind of cuts.
yeah. I guess that you can do that if you really want.
It's like Halo 2's ending.
Hmm.
Finishing this fight. Cut to black.
Yeah, it was one of those things where, I mean, it's a decent cliffhanger, but it's not like
Oh my god, what happens? It's like,
right.
shouldn't there be more to this movie?
Yeah, just walking somewhere.
Walking to the Fremen something. It started with an S.
The stronghold. The
Yes, whatever that was called. There was a Fremen name for it.
I forget.
hmm.
The something.
Well,
I give it 7 bananas out of 5 apples. However that
Interesting.
converts, I'll let you figure it out.
Yeah, yeah. It's a pretty good movie.
I really liked it.
I'd like to see it in like a true super duper IMAX theater to really see it. I want to see all the 16K detail that exists
Ooh.
with their effects that are probably only rendered in 2K at most.
At most, yeah.
Need more supercomputers.
Thinking machines, supercomputers. Break down the code in minutes.
in your ostrich eggs.
Mr. DNA?
When does the next Jurassic whatever
cares?
movie come out? Oh. It's
Ryan's
gotta be
over
soon.
it too. Yes, he's
I'm
joined
just-
me.
Oh.
I was sad because the last movie was so predictable. It was like halfway through the movie I was like, "Oh, I know where this is going." And sure enough, it went exactly
Right there.
as
No
I
twists, no turns. You saw it coming.
thought. I just
I'm a clone too.
yeah.
'Cause that makes sense.
You guys gonna go see Eternals?
No.
I might, not sure. I've heard good reviews.
I've heard very middling reviews.
Yeah, it was fine. It wasn't the greatest movie of all time. Kind of jumps around in the almighty timeline. You got to be paying attention.
I know, Ryan. You want to go see Robb Stark and Jon Snow reunited.
It'd be kind of nice.
It's not worth it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they do some stuff in the movie.
Curtis, how on the nose was the references? There has to have been at least one to Game of Thrones.
I honestly don't know.
Dang.
I haven't seen enough of Game of Thrones to know if they made references. So
There had to have been at least one.
Well, we'll have to go watch.
the most mind-bending kind. I guess it was almost an expected joke, but you know the lead guy who shoots lasers out of his eyes or whatever.
Uh-huh.
He meets this kid, and the kid goes, "Look, it's Superman." And then the guy goes, "I don't have a cape." So there's like this weird acknowledgement of other comic book heroes. I don't know. It's just weird.
Unless, dude,
Squeeze me? Bacon powder?
The
Yeah,
DC
like-
comics exist within the Marvel Cinematic
Cinematic
Universe.
Universe?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
How does that work?
I know. It was very I was trying to think about the implications of something like that, and then just kept watching the movie. But it was weird.
That is interesting.
Very interesting. Not interesting enough for me to go see the movie, but
Oh, and then Deadpool made an appearance.
cool.
No, he did not.
I would have just looked it up on YouTube. I would not have gone to see Eternals. What is the odds that Ryan Reynolds shows up in Spider-Man and or Doctor Strange?
I mean,
I think
If
Doctor
ever there was a
Strange there's a
time-
good chance. Doctor Strange for sure.
yeah. I mean, Doctor Strange would make the most sense.
But because Deadpool is technically a ripoff of Spider-Man.
Yeah. It would
Oh, right.
just be really entertaining.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And did you
And-
see the poster for Spider-Man? It's got Green Goblin in the background
I have seen.
with the suit from
Did not,
Sam
but
Raimi.
So
Did you
Willem
see
Dafoe will be
Willem
there.
Dafoe.
did you see the Morbius trailer?
I did not.
Poster. The poster behind Morbius. It's
Oh, that
Tobey
was
Maguire's Superman.
Yeah. Well,
Tobey Maguire,
Or
Superman.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Sorry.
that was the original trailer that showed up in, Curtis, and people quickly discovered that it was just pulled straight out of the Spider-Man video game that released on the PlayStation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Hmm. Interesting.
But also Batman shows up in this newest trailer. It's like, Dr. Morbius, we should stay in touch.
Hmm.
You know,
Right.
Batman.
Hmm.
He was in that Spider-Man movie.
Hmm. Yes.
Yes. I want him to make a big turn because he couldn't move his head in the Batman costume. Gotta move the whole upper body, exactly.
Hmm.
Dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun. Bum, 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 bum.
Well, supposedly Michael Keaton's going to be in the new Flash movie.
Flashpoint, they're going to Flashpoint
Yeah,
right
I think
away,
they're gonna-
which I think is a mistake, but
I mean, if they want to restart everything after
I
a bunch of
guess.
actors didn't want to come back,
Ben Affleck wanted to come back. They just kind of shut his movie down time and again.
Yeah.
So that kind of burned him.
We've got Vampire Bat coming out.
Vampire Bat,
Twilight Bat.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yep. Twilight Bat.
His Batmobile looks atrocious. The rest of the movie might be okay. Looks like another ripoff of Dark Knight Returns, but
I mean, I don't mind having muscle car Batmobile.
it just doesn't really look like a Batmobile to me.
Yeah. I'm sure people said that about the Tumbler when they first saw
The
it.
Tumbler's not really a Batmobile either. It's a really cool vehicle. Is it a Batmobile? Arguably not. And I acknowledge that point. That said, I love the Tumbler.
Hmm.
Flashpoint. They get back Christian Bale.
That'd be interesting.
I'd go watch it.
Maybe when the DC universe will try to copy the multiverse thing, and then we'll have a.
They have their own version of it.
Oh, yeah.
That's basically what Flashpoint is.
Oh, I see. Oh,
Yeah.
shows you what I know. Too much fun.
Pretty much, yeah. But yeah.
Dune is good. This has been a roundabout way of saying it. I hate sauerkraut. That's all I'm really trying to say. I guess I'll go back home and keep watching Scooby-Doo.
These are like the original episodes and stuff?
No, it's the second series. It's still all the same voice actors, minus Velma, who her voice actor retired.
Oh.
But it's just after. It's the series right after Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? It's Scooby-Doo Show or something.
All right. Didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. It went on and off being a show and producing straight-to-video movies, essentially.
Right. Okay, well, we will continue this Dune discussion in like a year or two, whenever the next one comes out.
Sounds good.
Woohoo!
All right. Like and subscribe.
Do what you want.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I hiccuped.